Morning! Time for me to do the next day's vlog while listening to some awesome music. Yeah, today found me in Shinjuku to start off with. Some of you who watched last year's vlogs might recognise this place. So, have a gander, and if you know where it is, keep it to yourself because I don't really care. So, well, I do really. Sorry. Been drinking. A bit pissed tonight. So yeah, this is a 14-minute video of me wandering about and talking about what's happened the last 2 or 3 days, because I haven't really spoken about anything. So enjoy it, and then there's another bit to come along with. So enjoy. Good afternoon. Anybody recognise this clock at all? If you watched any of my videos last year, you should recognise it, and that statue of 3 people spinning around. Yes, things seem to have changed this year. Because here I am, this is where I had my very first concert last year, at the C.ute Lemon Hall. Last year I had a big sign saying C.ute Lemon Hall, so whether they've changed the name, I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing to the place. It's kind of a surprise actually. I was expecting to see the big welcoming C.ute Lemon sign, but no, apparently not anymore. But yeah, I decided I'd do a bit of a vlog with, sorry about the shaky camera thing, but with a bit of a walk around, and I'm just going to take a walk through the NHK complex just over here. Let me zoom in a bit. The NHK complex, and back there is the big NHK building. Just going to walk down this pathway over here in a minute, just for a bit of entertainment, because I haven't done it at all this year, and I'll talk a little bit about what's gone on the last couple of days. Time to come across. Might walk a bit faster around it, so the screen might get a bit shaky as I walk a bit faster. But yes, because I haven't done a blog for the last 3 days. Sorry about that. I've uploaded loads of blogs from the last 3 days, over the last 3 days, but they were all from a couple of days ago. So right, let me remember. Yes, the path's over here. Oh, I'm not allowed to cross yet. I get run over. I'll teach me. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Red man. Not allowed to cross yet. In a second though, they'll turn to green and I'll be able to cross. There we go. Yeah, so right. Yeah, the last 3 days have probably been some of the most important days of my trip. They were the main reason that I joined the Hello Project fan club, and probably, one of the best things that's happened to me in the last long period of time. Because it's now Thursday, Tuesday and Wednesday, I went to 2 fan club events in Yoyogi, both Kyoto based. Tuesdays was the most important one for me. Wednesdays was just very good. Tuesdays was Chisato Okai and Suzuki Airi doing a duo event, just the 2 of them. And, well, what can I say? Well, WoW kind of covers it, but I think you probably want a bit more than that. They came on, first of all, they did the latest song, Sekai Ichi Happy Ononoko, I think, something like that. I might get the name wrong. I'm quite good at getting names wrong. And it was really good, just the 2 of them, rather than the whole group, obviously. I'm used to the whole group singing it, but there's just the 2. And then the next song they did was a complete mind blower. They did Koi no Bakons by W. Well, it's obviously not by them, because they covered it. But my favourite song by W being covered by my favourite artist, and another of my favourite artists, who's, they're both fantastic singers. Is this an interesting building? You might have seen it last year as well, but not in HD. I mean, they did a seriously good job of it. For the whole concert, they did awesome duets. And then, after, they did various other songs. I'm trying to remember what they did. I know I haven't got the order right, but I've got a list on my phone of what they did.
if I can actually get to it, because I'm just looking at other things. I'm trying to keep the camera without too much wobbles. But after a while they went off stage. After doing a few songs, they went off stage. Well, first of all, I shot off while Chisa did a bit of talking. And then Chisa went off. And stayed off for a few minutes, and we're like, you know, what's going on here? And then they both came on, wearing different costume. And it was bright pink, and lo and behold, they did Rainbow Pink, which is an old Morning Musume song, which was duetted by Sayumi Michishige and Kaharu Kazumi, and is probably off that album. It's probably my favourite song. Again, they seem to do a lot of that kind of thing. And then they ran off again, came back on in their other costumes again, because they were basically just wearing a set costume for that song. And it was pretty incredible to hear them do it. They did such a good job. And because of course that song's got very specific chanting to go on it as well. And it was a good laugh. You know, a lot of the fans were kind of laughing as much as they were actually doing other things, as well as doing the chanting. And yeah, it's kind of weird to try and think about what I need to say. But after that, they did. Chisa asked everybody to sit down for the next bit, because most, you know, the songs are done standing up, lots of jumping around, and they told to sit down, and they started to do Urahara, which is a song by Bono. Except instead of doing it normally, they did it a cappella. No music, you know, no backing sounds, just them two singing. And my God, I don't know whether any of you have caught, there is a fan recording out there on YouTube of it. Not very good quality fan recording. But to say they did it perfectly is an understatement. Their two voices together they match beautifully. You know, they complement each other so much, and it was just absolutely incredible. Sent shivers down my spine just listening to it. And then they broke into some other songs afterwards. Most of the songs they did I actually recognised. There's one or two I don't know. There's one that wasn't a Hello Project song. I didn't know that one at all, but it was good. It sounded fantastic, obviously, whatever it was. And the other songs they did, they also did Melodies by Gam, which got a lot of people sort of cheering a lot, obviously. Well, I say obviously, some of you people watching this aren't going to be Hello Project fans, so you won't know why. Gam were fairly well known for being, I think there was two of them in Gam. There was Matsuura Aya and Goto Maki, I think it was. Could be wrong, apologies if I get it wrong. I was never really a fan of Gam. They were around before I was a fan. But they were fairly well known for being very touchy-feely in their videos. So, because they were, you know, older idols, and to do Melodies, which is their best-known song, was, you know, quite an impressive feat. And of course, they didn't do the full-on version of it, but you know, the dance, or from the video, from the more. Well, I'm going to get over in a minute. I better speed up. Sorry about the shaky camera. But they did a very, very good job of it. And, by the way, just as a quick interruption, this is where we are now. This place here. Yoyogi Park. So, fairly famous place. Came here the other week. It's not weekend, so there's not going to be bunches of greasers and stuff here today. But it's somewhere nice for you to look at while I carry on talking. And somewhere for me to brave the ants. Yogi Park is a huge park in the middle of Tokyo, in Yoyogi. So I'm round about where in the same area as where the events were the other day. I'm not going to go back and show you where it was though, because I don't know where it is from here. All I know is that if I walk around here I can eventually come out near Shinjuku, which is where I need to be later on tonight. But yes, they did Melodies incredibly well. again, all of the singing was just, for me, was the best singing I've ever heard. I don't know how I can really explain things without sounding like a complete and utter fanboy, which is what I am anyway, so I don't know why I'm really worried about it, to be honest. But after they did that, they I think they did one or two other pretty jumpy, excitable songs. I haven't got the full set list of the songs they did. I can't remember. It all went past in such a blur. But suffice to say, they went off in the end, and there was lots of calls for encores. Oh yeah, one thing I never said was that my friend Mausan got us 4th row tickets. It was all in a lottery, but he managed to get tickets for the 4th row, which was incredible. I know I was definitely the only Caucasian foreigner there. There were other foreigners there, well, one other at least. That was my friend Turbos, who was there as well. We got tickets on the day, and so I know for a fact that she looked at me quite a lot through that concert, because I was there in her colours, one of her t-shirts from the musical last year, the first time she saw me in reality. Just one of the reasons why I wore it, actually, and as a sort of commemorative thing. And she also, and with a pair of nicely bright glow sticks that I'd built, that you see me building in the past. And so yes, after that they went off, they came back again, and they did Masara Blue Jeans, which was C-ute's very, very first song. Really good song, I love that song actually. Dancers nowhere near as inappropriate nowadays as it used to be. But again, they nailed that one perfectly. And after that, it was time for the handshake event. And so, with me being me and not the best person at speaking Japanese, I was able to store one Japanese phrase in my head for use. So I'm afraid Irie got me speaking English, Chisato. And Chisato was second. And I think she understood me when I spoke to her. I mean, okay, her response could have been generic, but thanking me. But I don't know. All I know is that every time I have a handshake with this girl, it gets better every time. And suffice to say, I've got today. This is why I'm wandering around Yoyogi Park actually, because in about 2 hours or so I've got to be in Shinjuku, which is just around the corner, for 4 more handshakes with her. There's a guy playing a didgeridoo just over there. Yeah, Yoyogi Park's fairly famous for people coming and playing music here, practicing their music and stuff. Oh, let's have a look at the over here, flying around. Yes, so I did the handshake. It was really, really good, as obviously. Then we went off, me, Mausan, Turbos, and a couple of others, 3 others actually, went off to have yakiniku for tea. Get all the birds having a wash, all the crows having a bath, or ravens, whatever they are. They're enjoying it, whatever they are. Yes, so we went, had yakiniku, and then went home, and I shall continue this video in a minute or so with the update of the day after, which was yesterday. Okay, so don't go away. I'm trying to keep my camera shaking to a minimum, so hopefully, you're not too nauseated by walking around here. So I'll talk to you in a minute. Bye bye.
Yeah, so that's that bit, first bit. Second bit coming up after this short non-commercial break.